The following is a Thorf TV production brought to you in cooperation with Jack Thorfinson. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for the SOCS Show, brought to you live from MrHolsters Ranch, way up north near the Canadian border. Let's have a big rousing round of applause for that fun Friday night YouTube guy. Here he comes, direct from the bar, MrHolsters! I bet he's coming from a bar, Jack. Question is, will he get here before the police pull him over? That guy's the biggest rounder, that Mr. Holster. Hey, howdy, Parge, yeah. It's me and Jack. Yeah, it's me, Mr. Holster, and Jack. Oh, Jack, don't pass out on us so fast. Man, he was out last night. Was he howling? Well, let's get the show on the road. Let's see what Jack has gotten out. Templeton Rye, the good... Well, we're getting to the bottom of this bottle, Jack. Templeton Rye, the good stuff. And it is. Oh, that is good. Synthetic cork. You know, I wouldn't want to make it... Jack's got the camera in a new location now just so he can be seen. And then he lies down and sleeps through the whole show. Isn't that just like a producer? Pretty much. Oh, it's okay. Mr. Holster will walk over. How about you, Jack? You can smell the cork. What do you think? Does that smell all right? Yeah, that woke you up, didn't it? We'll give a little whiff to everybody out there. Woohoo! It's a synthetic cork, but oh man, this stuff is good. Let's pour a little in the old Texas shot glass. West Texas dust. All things in moderation. Now we got to be moderate too. We're getting to the bottom of the bottle, and I'll put the cork back in. Machine Gun Kelly can pull himself if he popped the top himself on that one if he wants. Not gonna do it for him. In the immortal words of Jack, I feel sorry for people that don't drink, because when they get up in the morning, that's as good as they're gonna feel all day long. To the sunny slopes of long ago. Oh yeah, that is good stuff. We'll just have a little adult Kool-Aid to chase the rye whiskey. Oh yeah, that's good. I tell you, yesterday, Jack and I worked so hard. By the time I got home, I left him at the VFW at about, what was that, Jack? About 11:30. You were with that gal? Yeah, see, he's passed out though. Jack, was that about 11:30? I left it last night at the VFW. You were with that gal? Yeah. At any rate, when I got home, I was so tired, I swear I fell asleep before my head even hit the lawn. You know, breakfast is the most important meal of the day around this place, because if I'm not home by breakfast, my wife gets really, really mad. When I was growing up, when I was a kid, I had a lot of odd jobs, and working my way through college, I worked for some tough organizations. I can remember one job I had, the organization was so tough that my boss said to me one day, "Kid, you want to go hunting?" And I said, "Sure, I'm game," and he shot me. Well, there's the monologue tonight. That's it. Jack, Jack, you only gave me like 2 jokes tonight. Seriously? You gotta, there's gotta be like a dating anonymous you could go to and cut back. Jack. Seriously. Can't you lay off the dames for just a couple days and get some work done? Huh? Just write some jokes for the monologue at least. Ever since you came back from Hollywood, you've just been, all you do is sleep and go out dancing, and that must be what Bruce Willis does every night, huh? Beautiful weather for a change here. We're actually getting back at the shooting range. If it's dry, I think on Saturday I'm going to be able to get out. Tomorrow I'll get out there. It was still a little wet. I don't want to get my bobcats. It's kind of I don't want to get my bobcat stuck because it was still a little wet. It's been about 3 days since it finally quit raining. And I think tomorrow is going to be just absolutely perfect to work on it, and we're really going to get something done. We're going to get down to the point, I think we're going to be cleaning out the cattle pens to put it on top and do a little seeding even. I think we're getting that close, guys. I'm getting excited. Aren't you excited, Jack? Jack, aren't you excited? Huh? You want to shoot your new Vepr, don't you? Get that range done so you can shoot. I made Jack agree to the same deal I made, that I wouldn't shoot any new guns till I got the shooting range done. Don't you want to go down and shoot your new Vepr, Jack? Huh? No, you're dating a Russian girl. You could care less about a Russian gun. Really, Jack? Never dated a Russian girl, though, Jack. What's it like? Jack. She's a real hound. Yeah, okay. At any rate, this is what I wanted to talk to you about tonight. Let me just wait a second while I whip this out. See, my channel, that's meaningless, but some channels you might not want to hear them say that. I'm going to talk about my beautiful 4th generation Glock 17 that I've been pretty much carrying around this place ever since the day I got it. Or at least ever since the day I got the sights. More tactical sights. They're the tritium night sight on the front and the just plain black target sight on the rear. And it's kind of angled this way on the rear and real sharp at the top, and I catch my arm on it all the time. And the finish is getting worn off by my arm on the edge of that. Plus it kind of hurts my arm every time I catch that. And the battle hook sights that I have in the Model 19, nothing like that. It's very interesting, actually. But I really think these sights would, if I were wearing a sport coat every day, would just shred the sport coat by now. But anyway, that's not what I'm talking about tonight. Just a little sidebar there. What I'm going to talk about is my concealed carry rotation. Don't you just love that saying? Well, Mr. Holster's not fond of that. When he sees a video where it starts out, this is a new gun in my concealed carry rotation, Mr. Holster tends to change the channel. Yeah. I don't like hearing that because, frankly, a lot of these people that do that and have never trained on the guns at all. They've never gone to any formal training with that firearm, nor have they really even put any training in on their own on that gun. They just buy it at the gun shop, load it up, get a new holster for it, and off they go. And what I want to talk about is really directed tonight to the people who are new to getting a CCW. And when you get it in our state, you put about an 8-hour time period in on the classwork, and then you go get your permit. And I would generally guess, you can correct me if you're in a state that's different, I would generally guess that somewhere between 8 hours and 40 hours would be the maximum, and most of them would probably be more around 8 to 16 hours on the coursework. And the coursework would only include basic firearm safety and the laws as they apply to the use of deadly force and carrying a concealed weapon or firearm in your state. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, just chime in down below. Mr. Holster's not an authority on every state, although I've lived in quite a few, and I do know what the laws in this area are in quite a few states, but not all of them. And some states require no permit at all, no training, nothing. So, but my point being is that is just a starting point, guys. You really need to go out and get some training, not on gun safety and the laws in your state, but how to properly use this firearm. And by proper use, I mean how to effectively use the firearm. So, that being said, this is my gripe. I'm going to call this a gripe video. This is my gripe with the rotation, the concealed carry rotation, is this is my concept that I believe if you were going to, I'm a newbie, I want to carry a gun, I go and take my classwork, and I'm going to go out and get a gun, I've got my permit. What gun am I going to buy? I watch YouTube videos. I listened to this gun, that gun, and the other gun, which, frankly, if you're going to base your decision entirely on YouTube videos, you're in trouble already, but, or even partially on a lot of them, or most of them. But, so you try to figure out what the pros and cons in each gun are, and then you go to a gun shop to pick it out, because you have to go to a gun shop. That's the only way to get a gun. And hopefully you don't just order one because you saw it on the video and that's one you decide you want. You go in, they don't have it, and you order it. No. You need to pick the gun up and hold it in your hand and make sure it feels right. So you go through all this process of pros and cons, the size of gun you want, what you want the gun to be, and you've decided on what gun, and you've got it in your hand, and you're holding it, and it works for you, and it's good, it feels good, and you buy the gun. Now you go and you go to a shooting range and you shoot the gun, and at that point you're going to get a good idea whether you made a mistake or not. Let's just assume the gun's going to function correctly, no failures to feed, no failures to eject, magazine drops free, all that good stuff. Works great, but how do you shoot it? Do you shoot it well, or is it a challenge for you to shoot? So let's say you found this gun, you've bought this gun, you've taken a shooting range, you shoot it extremely well. Well, there you go. There's your gun. Now what you need to do is you need to spend more money on what? You need to spend money on ammo, and you need to shoot the gun, shoot the gun, shoot the gun, and shoot it again. Shoot it so much that you become one with the gun. The gun should be an extension of your hand. When your hand goes on the gun in the holster, it should be like putting your hand on yourself. It should be an extension of yourself. When you pull it out and use it, you should be so good with it that it's second nature to you to textbook deploy the gun and put it center of mass. That being said, I think that it would behoove you to not only spend the money doing that, but to spend the money to go to some place like, let's say, Thunder Ranch, where it costs you about $1,000 to go through a handgun course. And of course, Thunder Ranch is owned by Clint Smith, which arguably is one of the best firearms instructors that has come out of the 20th century. I think that's a safe statement. So, and I use him as an example because that's basically the price. It's like $1,080 or something like that for the course. And during that course, you're going to run through, I think they run through like 1,000 rounds of ammo. And so you got the ammo cost, and you got your travel cost, and by the time you're done, you're going to have maybe $3,000 in the entire experience. But when you leave there, you're going to be really good with this gun. So now you're really good with this gun. You go home, and you start carrying the gun, and now you've decided you're going to go to the gun shop and look for another gun that you saw on YouTube so you can put it in your concealed carry rotation. Yeah. You want a couple guns, right? Wrong. No. If you got that much money to go buy another gun, go buy the same gun. You want a backup gun to this gun? Go buy the same gun. Become one with this gun, shoot this gun, and leave it like that. The only excuse you have to buy another gun to carry is if you need some different type of gun for some very specific reason, which are pretty slim and far between, as in maybe you go to the beach all the time so your sister can swim and you have to wear swim shorts to get on the beach and you can't carry a full-size gun in your swim shorts. That I might give you. Or you have a specific reason to get a different gun, like a revolver to put in an ankle holster. However, I would say if you're carrying a Glock, why not get a Glock 26 or 27, depending what flavor you got, or 29 or 30 as your backup gun. So you can use the same mags as your full-size gun if you don't want to get the same thing as a full-size gun. Personally, I carried the identical gun as a backup gun. I had a third backup gun, but I carried a pair of whatever the gun was, Walther P88 Beretta 92, Glock 23, the guns over the years. I carried a pair, so I had 2 guns. Absolutely identical, because the fastest reload, in the words of Leroy Thompson, the fastest reload is a second gun. But the point I'm trying to make with this video, yes, there is a point to this one. I know seldom does Mr. Holster have a point to his sock show, but tonight the point is, go buy a gun. Buy the one you think will work best for you. Then shoot the snot out of it. Become one with that gun. Train on it. Get training on that exact gun, and that's the gun you carry. Carry that gun every day, because it's an extension of your arm. It's one with you. It's your Zen gun. And yes, I admit you may have to go through this process quite a bit, and you may not get the right gun the first time, but you can determine it before you go and spend your money on training and train with that gun. You're going to know when you go to the shooting range whether that's going to be the gun for you or not. And it really boils down to, does it fit right in your hand? Does it feel second nature? And can you hit anything with it? But nothing disturbs me more than the concept of these guys that have these videos talking about their rotation gun and what they're going to carry this day, and you know darn well they've had 0 training on any of these guns they carry, and they probably haven't even shot more than 50 rounds out of that one they're talking about that's their new gun to put in rotation. And it's a bunch of bogus crap. Don't listen to it. There you go. There's my little rant and my video and my sock show for tonight. Yeah, go find the gun that's your Zen gun that you shoot well, and if you want to buy more guns, buy the same damn gun and back it up. Don't be one of these guys with 50 different guns in the gun cabinet and you're rotating them, and you've got all this money in guns and holsters, and you're not good with any of them. And I don't mean just good, I mean good. Because if you only have one gun and you go and train on it and train on it and train on it, and you shoot it and shoot it and shoot it, I guarantee you, you will be more than good. You're going to be really good. And that's what you need to be. You can't just go through life being adequate when it comes to saving your life. You have to be damn good. If I had somebody backing me up and I were out there working, or if I were on a team defending a principal, I'd want the other guys on the team to be using the gun they always use, that they're good with. Not, oh, you know, today I felt like carrying a revolver. I don't know how to do speed loads on it, and I got a brand new holster for it, but I'll figure that out later because I got to carry a gun today. No, don't be that guy. Be the guy that's got the same gun he's had for the last 10 years, and he's damn good with it. Scary damn good with it. That's what you want to be. Well, there you go, guys. There's Mr. Holster's video, or his sock show for tonight. Before I leave you and Jack, man, Jackie, we gotta have an intervention on this dating. Seriously, you're sleeping through your work day. Jack. Oh, Jack, a girl called. Yeah, let's see that works. Before Jack and I leave you tonight, we want to give you a chance to get in our contest. We're having a contest called the American Gunfighter 5000 Sub Giveaway, where you can win a $350 gift certificate to Brownells. And all you got to do to get in our contest, your contest, and I didn't even finish my beer. All you got to do to get in our contest is, number 1, be a subscriber. Number 2, like this video, which is probably so long by now you really don't want to like it. And number 3, in the comment section down below, tell me what you think. And yeah, don't be shy. Tell me what you think. And tag it with too many dates. Yeah, tag it with too many dates. And you're in my contest. Thanks for tuning in, guys. From Mr. Holster and Jack. Yeah, go out and stay safe.